inside the kitchen of Channel 4 anchors each night this week at 6.
John Cameron's wages.
Brett Huntley, David Brady, John Chancellor. Political capital. President Bush's new push to rescue intelligence reforms from conservative Republicans. Airline security. How did a man on the no-fly list get on a passenger jetliner in the first place? Pressing new questions for the holiday travel season. Prescription for change. Is the government aggressive enough about monitoring drugs such as Vioxx after they go on the market? And Billy Graham. Why so many have been moved by his message. Now, what could be his final crusade?
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Good evening. President Bush left town for a summit meeting in South America, and while he was away, conservative Republicans in the House of Representatives decided to show their independence, or as the president might say, to spend some of their political capital. They refused to pass the overhaul of the nation's intelligence system as recommended by the 9/11 Commission. Now there's a lot of pressure on the president to do more to get that bill back on track. NBC's David Gregory at the president's ranch in Texas tonight.
The president today in Colombia, wrapping up his trip to Latin America by pledging support for the war on drugs. But he comes home to Texas tonight facing a growing fight with his own party. On Capitol Hill today, Vice President Cheney met privately with House conservatives responsible for blocking a vote on the bill, even as Mr. Bush assigned his senior staff at the White House to find a way to break the impasse.
It's very clear I wanted the bill passed. I talked to key members of the House, as did my Vice President. And we'll continue working with them.
The bill, embraced by the White House and based on recommendations from the 9/11 Commission, would create a Director of National Intelligence, a powerful new position with budgetary control over the entire intelligence community, including the CIA and the Pentagon, which has drawn criticism from Secretary Rumsfeld. House conservatives blocked a vote, arguing the bill would reduce the Pentagon's control over battlefield intelligence and would fail to crack down on illegal immigrants.
The details of this bill were so incomplete and so onerous that what we would be doing is passing something that looked good on a bumper sticker. And the devil is in the details.
Tonight, both Republicans and Democrats are critical of the president for failing to use the political capital he claims he earned with the election to overcome Republican opposition. The bill's supporters still think there is a faint chance of getting these reforms passed early next month before Congress adjourns. Aides say the president will spend part of this holiday week attempting to rebuild support. Tom?
Thanks very much, NBC David Gregory at the president's ranch tonight. And on the eve of this busy holiday travel season, there are new questions about the very kind of security that failed on 9/11, airline security, especially on planes coming to the U.S. from overseas. Over the weekend, a passenger jet was diverted when a man on board turned out to be on the government's no-fly list. How did he make it onto the plane in the first place? Here's NBC's Pete Williams.
Ahmed Lahaidi, a 47-year-old Moroccan, never made it to Washington Saturday night, hustled off the plane instead by federal agents. His flight from Paris, with 262 other passengers aboard, was diverted to Bangor, Maine, after authorities discovered that Lahaidi was on the U.S. government's no-fly list. His visa was canceled in June because of, quote, potential terrorist activities in his past. Officials won't say what. And his passport had expired. But the U.S. did not learn he was on board until the Air France plane was already in flight.
Terrorist watch lists expand in terms of their number. That becomes more challenging. Right now, the burden is on the airline to make the comparison.
French authorities today say they're checking to see how someone on the no-fly list with expired papers managed to get through. Lahaidi, the Moroccan man, is due to be sent home tonight. Authorities could find no indication he was planning any terrorist attack. But the episode points out a shortcoming in screening overseas flights. Foreign airlines are now required to relay passenger lists to the U.S.